Hi everyone, welcome to episode 19 of YarnAdelaide Knits podcast. I'm your host Nicole, coming to you from Adelaide in South Australia, Australia. Welcome back to all my regular viewers. Thank you for stopping by again, and welcome to any new viewers. I'm glad you found me on YouTube. It can be a little tedious. Yes, recording outside today. Hopefully, and it's been a tedious last couple of days. What is it today? Friday the 11th of November 2016. I was meant to record yesterday and it just didn't happen for one reason and another, and then it's about 3:30 in the afternoon here now, and I've been trying to do this since about 1 o'clock. But little miss wouldn't go to sleep, and she's asleep now, and I reckon we're going to get interrupted soon because it's supposed to be here 35 degrees today. It hasn't got to that, didn't think it would, but it's kind of a bit of a balmy, just under 30 degrees I think. So it's a bit warm, and the neighbours have a pool, which I'm sure you can hear the filter because I can, and those kids will be home from school. I'm sure they'll be making a ruckus in the pool shortly, so this might get cut short, although I don't have a hell of a lot to tell you. Draw for the knit along that finished up at the beginning of November, and yeah, show you a couple of things and swaps that I've got in, and a little bit of a shop update. I've casted on a few new things, so I've got a few new whips to show you as well. I don't have any finished objects. I'm only about 10 rows short of finishing an object, but it's just not happening, and I'll elaborate on that a little bit more later. So, being that we don't have any acquisitions, not acquisitions, what am I doing? My brain is fried. Any finished objects, I will get to a works in progress. See, I can't even think of what I'm saying. So, what I have been mostly working on, and I've got pretty much no show notes, so I'm kind of winging it a bit because I'm getting delayed. So I have a half object, so I have a half finished object. I'm not sure whether I showed these last time. Let me have a look at my notes from last. Yep, yes I did. So these are these were socks for Justin's birthday, which was on the 8th of November. So he got given a half object, and so I have been madly trying to finish the other one. So I've just started dividing for the heel, and these are in a Zuba ball. I'm not sure what the colour, I've lost the tag, but it's a bit of a nice gradient that goes into black grey, a fawny colour, then grey, then goes into a brown, and then a more beige colour, and then yeah. So, and they're not going to be twins, but they're going to look like they belong together at least. So yeah, they're on my higher bamboo on 2.5mm needles, and I should have them finished soon. That's pretty much what I've been working on by themselves for a while. And they're being stored in my, give me a crown bag that I purchased for my birthday. This is her small bag. Yeah, and it's got the snaps, which I quite like. Might have to investigate on how to do those. Yeah, that's her. Give me a crown. Here's a little tag. You see it there? She also has a podcast, as I've talked about Nina before, and I got something else as well. So that was the other acquisition that I hadn't showed you because I hadn't arrived from the last podcast. I'll show you other pair of socks. that I've done. These are almost finished as well, and that's the needle cozy that I got from her as well. These are the slip, what are they called? These are pinstripe socks by Julia Swart. See them? They're a free pattern on Ravelry, and this is almost finished. These will be for my mother-in-law for Christmas. The yarn is a Moda Vera yarn. It is I think it's an abbreviated name, but it's given Fantasia or something like that. And yeah, coming up quite nice. Something that I got in the bargain bin at Spotlight. I know all the Aussie viewers will know Spotlight. And yeah, almost just started shaping for the toe. So almost finished the first one, and yeah, these ones will be for my mother-in-law for Christmas. I should keep motoring on with those. Put them back in there. It's just staying in one of my Clinique makeup bags. And then something that you guys haven't seen is my, what's it called? A Linda wrap by Amber O'Brien. That one there. Can you see that? It's a lace weight wrap that has a lot of yarn overs and eyelets. And that's how far I've got. So it's a little bit asymmetrical. I haven't done much on this over the last few days because I've been trying to get Justin's socks finished. The yarn is Kathy's Fibres in the Rose Garden colourway, and the yarn is her lace weight 50/50 merino silk. Yeah, that's Kathy's Fibres. One of my local dyers. I was supposed to go up to her place last Wednesday. She usually opens a studio once a month, but the mother-in-law had something else on, so I didn't end up going. That's coming up nicely, and I need another skein of it because it takes, there's 800 metres in that skein, and I think it takes a little bit more. It takes about 1100 or something, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that will be for me. That was just something that I wanted, and it was the pattern was a birthday gift from Tamara from Tam's Crafty Knits. Crafty Knits, yeah, her podcast, and she's got a little Etsy store too of the same name. And then this is something that I should have finished, but it's just not happening. I broke my original needle that I was using. I had some Knit Pro Symphonies that I picked up, and I picked up the needle with the, when I grabbed it, and it snapped in my hand. So I ended up changing, and I got some Addy lace, which are quite nice. I don't really like metal needles, but these are feeling alright in my hands. But I haven't done a hell of a lot with it either, so that one kind of makes sense. And the reason why I haven't finished these is that I'm running out of yarn, and this yarn has had a few breakages in it. And yeah, so I've had to kind of scavenge for the breakages, and that's all I've got left. So I might have to incorporate another colour so I can finish it off. And these will probably be a Christmas, no, they might be a birthday gift for my stepfather, because his birthday's on the 13th. And I know Mum's coming up next week, so I'll hopefully get them finished up for him. And I don't think he'll mind a different coloured toe in the end. But yeah. That's living in My Little Pony bag. That's in my larger size. So they're all my whips that I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to concentrate on Christmas. I know I said I was going to start an exploration station, but that just hasn't happened because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the sock knitting that I've promised myself to do for gift knitting. So that hasn't become anything yet. And then I got compelled to cast on the Alinda wrap as well, so even that's been taken a back door. Yes, warm weather, a few flies come out. So yeah, so what I might do is that I will draw the do the cow winners. And so what have I got? I had 2 prizes that I so for the finished objects thread was going to be the Circus Tonic Handmade Charm of Finches Rainbow mini set, and that's got approximately 18 gram minis in there, so make something really nice. And this was for the Changing Seasons cow. That's thread that I had on the Ravelry group, and the winner for that one is Doseg, which is Dorothy from Adelaide. She's down Victor Harbour way, and she's won. So get in contact with me, Dorothy, for when and I think I might have you. No, I don't think I've got it anymore. But yeah, so you'll have to re-give me your postage details. I'll put it down who the winner is if you can't understand me with all the crinkling and what have you, and I'm being a bit vague as well and getting easily distracted. Probably haven't had enough to drink today. Yeah, so there's the Charm of Finches for the finished objects, and then for the chatter thread there was going to be a Ravelry pattern to the value of $6 US. That yeah, was a winner, and that has been from Jelly Bean, which won something in my last knit along. So Heidi, get in contact with me again and to have a look on Ravelry and see what pattern tickles your fancy to the value of $6 US. So yeah, so hopefully both of those will get in contact with me pretty soon. It's tickling me, and I can have them done, sort them out. I will be doing another cow sort of January next year, towards the end of January, and I suppose Tam said something about it. It will be an Aussie knit along, which will coincide with Australia Day. So I'm in the process of talking to a few other Australian podcasters to co-host it with me, and it will be about using either Aussie yarn, Australian yarn, Australian designers, and having that Australian flavour. And it will coincide on the 26th of January, or start on the 26th of January to coincide with Australia Day. So yeah, I thought that would be quite fitting. I think that's it for those cows and what have you. I did have something come in the mail for me this week, which was, I suppose, no, it's more a swap. I did get one of my packages from one of my swap partners in the Spicy Homemaker Advent Calendar swap. I did get my swap partner Mona. I got hers, which was the small swap, and there's 2 presents. There was one present to open when I got there, and then I'm waiting for the 1st of December to open up this one. So yeah, I'm really itching to open it up because I've run out of new colours to put into my Cozy Memory blanket. I've got lots of minis, but they're only 5 gram minis, and they're not quite big enough to form a square on the size of the squares that I'm doing in my Cozy Memories blanket. So I'm itching to open that up, but I'm going to be good and wait till the 1st of December till when you start adventing as such. But the other present that I got some chocolates. I've already eaten one, which I think was like the Mona's from Norway, was the Norwegian equivalent to a Kit Kat. And yeah, and then there's a couple of these that I've been good and haven't eaten today. And then I've got some paper clips. See those? Which are quite cute. And some post-it notes, which are varying little owls, which will come in handy. So yeah, it should be good. Sorry about that noise. Sometimes we can't all have the perfect environment where, yeah, oh. I could have a meltdown and have a tanty, but we'll just carry on. It's been one of those days and one of those last couple of days. I think a little bit of guild news. I didn't mention that in the intro. We've got a knit and natter, I think. Is it next weekend or this weekend? No, knit and natter is next Saturday, not this Saturday. This Saturday's pageant day, which is tomorrow. Next Saturday we'll have a knit and natter, and then the first Saturday in December will be our last meeting for the year, which is our Christmas shared lunch. So yeah, and then so yeah, and pretty much that's about it of what I have to. I've got take charge of my stash. See, I'm winging it. Take charge of my stash. I had no acquisitions come in, so everything still stands as what it was, and I haven't finished anything, so everything still stands as what it did with the last podcast last month, which is stash out is just over 4 kilos and stash in is a little bit more over 4 kilos, so it's 4, so stash out was 4 kilos and 55 grams, and stash in was 4 kilos 160 grams. So yeah, I just need to get a few more things off the needles. I've got too many works in progress, and that I'm losing interest in them because they take a little bit more brain power than just some mindless knitting, like when I've got 5 minutes spare, if you know what I mean. Yeah, because I keep getting interrupted by everybody else. It was really nice last Friday when it was my birthday that I could do anything that I wanted. I felt I wasn't obliged to do housework. I could just do all my crafting bits and pieces all day, and it was lovely. I was home with Scarlett, so it wasn't, you know, anything extravagant, but I could potter around the house and sit and knit if I wanted to, or play around in the dye pot, because I could do whatever I pleased. I didn't have the family obligations that I should be, I should be preparing dinner, or I should be, there's a buzzy bee, or I should be doing housework and should do the dishes sort of thing. It's like, no, I don't have to, it's my birthday. I can do whatever I want. And I think even Scarlett cooperated on that day and had a sleep, and yeah, it felt good. So yeah. But what I will show you is that speaking of my craftiness, I have a shop update that I will be doing tomorrow at 11 AM, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Oh, sorry, hang on, I wanted to show you one more thing what Mona sent me. She sent me some gloves, which are cute. They're fingerless gloves, but don't necessarily have a thumb gusset either. But they have the light lace work that you can still, so they're quite cute. And in her favourite colour, purple, which I quite like purple. And the yarn, I think, is 100% alpaca. See? Yeah, it's all in Norwegian, I think that's. So I can't make head nor tail of it, but even the way alpaca is spelt, I could, and the way it felt is like, yep, that's alpaca. So yeah, thank you Mona if you watch. Love it. And I was getting a little bit worried that it was it wasn't coming, and I sent you a message going, no, it's not here yet. I'm not going to panic just yet. And then my youngest son came home from school and walked in the door with it, so it had obviously been left at the front door. So yeah, so shop update tomorrow for my Etsy store, Collar Girl Collective AU, and I'll show you a few yarns. I've got a couple of new bases to show you as well, and I even have, I usually don't like doing, what is it, Halloween and that sort of, colourways, but I do enjoy Christmas, so I decided that I'll jump on the bandwagon and do a Christmas colourway. So I have done this one, and I've called it White Christmas. I'll take the sleeves off and show you. It's White Christmas. It's got basically red and a couple of different tones of green, and then there's a little bit of yellow in there. And it reminded me, well, I intended on calling it White Christmas, or making something that resembled White Christmas, which is the sweet treat. It has the glacé cherries, and I think it's got sultanas and rice bubbles, and sometimes chocolate and what have you, in like a white. And then when it was in the dye pot, it's going, oh, it doesn't really look like White Christmas, I have to call it something else. And then when I rewound it, and all the speckledness kind of broke up because I rewound the skeins, as you can see, it's going, yeah, it does look like White Christmas. And the greens have come out really like glacé cherry green. So yeah. And it's got, because of the colour pigment separating, there's bits of yellow in there as well. So yeah, I've got 2 skeins of that, and that's in the Drover sock yarn, which is superwash Australian Merino, 75% superwash Australian Merino, 25% nylon. So there's 400 metres per 100 grams. So yeah, I really like that one. I was actually quite, and it's not over Christmassy. Like when you say it's a Christmas colourway, yes, it looks like Christmas, but I don't know, I think you could probably get away with that throughout the year as well. That's just my personal opinion, because the speckles aren't sort of blotched together. That's that one. And then I did this one, which is another speckle, playing around with speckles, blueberry jam. So a few different purple dyes that I speckled through. There's a bit of red in there that's bled in there, and some like that real blueberry blue in there as well. And then if you've ever made blueberry jam, when it starts, the blueberries start to heat up, they do change colour. So that's why I've called it blueberry jam, because it's got the blues and the purples and the reds that you can see when you make blueberry jam or blueberry coulis. That's not, so that's on the Drover sock base again, which is the 75% superwash Australian Merino, 25% nylon. And I thought I had a go. No, sorry. Okay, before I do that, before I tell you that one, I redid a couple of skeins of chai, spiced chai. So yeah, there's 2 more. So I've done a colour repeat. Yeah, that one, that sold very well, which I was quite surprised at. But it is a lovely colour that works nicely on its own, and it's a nice unisex colour, or it's a real nice complementary colour if you want to work it with other colours. I haven't really got anything that it goes with. No. So yeah, so spice chai, there's a couple of skeins of spice chai in the shop tomorrow. And then I thought I'd have a go at doing some semi-solid colours if you wanted to do different colours for heels, toes and cuffs, being that it is a sock yarn, or works nicely with the speckles as well, or the variegated colours. So I did a purple, which I have named Muck. It is a Pokemon reference. If you play Pokemon Go, or play Pokemon in general, you will know who Muck is. Muck is this big blob of a Pokemon. That is this purple. So yeah, so I've got 2 skeins of that, which is a nice tonal colourway, which I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. And then, so there's 2 skeins of that one, and then I did a tonal in the blue. It's a nice dark blue that still has enough, it's a dark blue, but it has enough vibrancy that it has that richness to it. And I've named this one Denim, so it looks like that the dark denim that started to wash out because of the tonal colours. It's 2 skeins of that one, and then I did a black, which is, I'm really, like, the black is black, and it's got, you know, just some tonal striping or variants of colour in there. And that one I named it Blackety Black. So yeah, another 2 skeins of that. And then I've got a couple of new bases. When I started dabbling in dyeing, I got some of the sustainable new merino, which is 100% Australian merino, which is a 19.5 micron, which is, so it's lovely and soft. Yeah, and I've had a bit more information given to me from the yarn company that I get my bases from, and yeah, they, being sustainable, they are, yeah, look after the sheep environmentally, and they also are non-museling, so no tail docking basically. So yeah, so this is, so I already have the 8-ply, but then they had some stock issues. Sorry about that noise, it's the neighbours. They had some stock issues and couldn't get and they sold out of the 4-ply because the 4-ply is quite popular, and they had a few issues, customer service issues with the supplier that they were getting the fleeces from to start with, and they've rekindled that and finally got it back in. So I've been able to get more of it and incorporate it into my shop. So this is basically, so this is the 4-ply version of my Outback yarn, which I've got, which is the 8-ply version. So this is the 4-ply version. I've called Little Outback. You might hear Scarlett playing in Elijah's room. Yes, the things that we do. So yeah, it's, so being that it's 100% merino, it's not super, it's a non-superwash, I really like the way that it absorbs the dyes. That's a nice tonal pink, nice tonal hot pink, but it's almost, it reminds me of a lipstick, a nice pink lipstick that you'd wear when you don't usually wear bright colours, but it's bright enough for you to step out of the box without being the really bright red sort of thing. So it's a nice bright summery colour that, you know, if you're having a confident day, it's really pretty. What's all going on? I think the weather's changing and there's a storm coming in. That's why it's a little bit windy. A bit of a thunder. A bit of a storm came through earlier, a couple of hours ago, and it was kind of blue sky and a bit dark over there, and there was thunder, and the dog was not happy. She doesn't like thunder. And yeah, she was getting a little bit concerned and wanted to come inside and was giving me that look, mummy, there's something happening. And yeah, so it's trying to change. And that's why I didn't think it'd get to 35 degrees today, because they said there were storms coming. So yeah, anyway, so that's that one. I haven't named that, but it reminds me, I don't know whether I'll do a lipstick reference or call her Barbie, because it reminds me of a hot pink Barbie colour, and I used to love Barbies. I used to love it, because birthday being in November, I'd get 2 Barbies for my birthday, and then a month later at Christmas I'd get another 2. So I'd get, you know, the later half of the year I'd get a heap of Barbies, and I'd be loving it. So I don't know whether I'd do call it some kind of Barbie reference, or give it some kind of lipstick reference, because that's what it reminds me of. And then I did another colour as well, which is kind of on the other end of the scale, which is, I did a green. Now, now my Adelaide viewers will understand my my reference, but I wanted to call this Torrens, but I didn't think that was going to be very respectful. And the Torrens River is what runs through the middle of Adelaide, through the parklands, and it can get, quite often, especially through summer, has some blue-green algae breakouts that ends up looking like this. But yeah, and I didn't think I was going to like. The more and more I look at this colour, I don't mind it. But when I initially do it, it's quite yellow, but it's not, I don't know, with the sunlight now, it's not looking as yellow based anymore. So it is that mustardy greeny yellow. It's a green that has that mustardy yellowness to it. And being that it's tonal, it might just break it up enough. That would look quite nice. So there's 2 skeins of that in the little Outback. I'm thinking with the little Outback, I'm going to keep them as tonal colours and very occasional do some variegations, but keep them more as garment type colours rather than seeing how many colours I can put on one skein, if that makes sense. So that was the two colourways that I started with. And then I got also a new yarn base, is that I got a lace weight yarn, which is 75% superwash Australian Merino, 25% silk. And then I'm doing these in a different dyeing method as well, where I'm sort of dyeing it one colour and then over dyeing it with another colour, so the first colours come through a bit, and as well as the overlay colour. I don't even know what it's called, it's just something that tickled my fancy and I'd give it a go. So this is, haven't named this one either. So this was a bit sort of a grey green, and you can see that silk, it gives it a beautiful nice sheen to it. I haven't named this one, the other one I have named. But yeah, so there's 800 metres per 100 grams of these, so awesome yardage or meterage. Yeah, these are 400 metres per 100 grams as well. So I haven't named this one, I'm not sure, I have to think about that one. Oh, I can hear thunder. And then I did this one as well, which I really, really love how this has turned out. So this was started off with black, and then I've done a tealy green on over top, and just the tonalness of it, and the, you know, the variation. And I wanted, this reminded me of, again, some of the Adelaide viewers might know this, but I grew up down Aldinga Way and spent the summers down the beach, and would ride horses down the beach through the winter and what have you, and have to be off by 9 o'clock in the morning and that sort of thing. And about, I think it's one mile off the beach at Aldinga, there's a drop-off, a reef drop-off, and it drops off to, I think, about 20 metres or something like that from what I was reading. So I'm thinking, oh, that looks like the water out there. And occasionally I've went out there in the boat, and the drop-off is awesome because you can see it, literally see in the water on a flat, clear day, when the seas are quite flat, you can see the drop off, and you can almost see the marine life coming out. The kitty coming to go, "Mummy, it's getting thundery again. I'm a bit scared." Yeah, if you can hear that. And anyway, I was looking up what the name of that drop off was. I was thinking it would be some kind of nautical, because it's the Spencer Gulf there, so have some kind of name, but it's just called the Aldinga drop off. So this is going to be called Aldinga drop off. So it doesn't have much of a romantic name to it, but it reminds me of the colour of the sea at the Aldinga drop off, where it gets a lot deeper, so the darker greens and that sort of thing, the darker like sea blue green. So yeah, so there'll be 2 skeins of that one as well. That's 75% superwash merino, 25% silk. So nice base weight knitting. And then there will be a couple of bags. I've got this one going in, and this one is actually ready to be listed. This one I said was going in last time and I never got done. But there'll be 2 more bags going in there. And I have a heap of stitch markers going in there. It'll probably be best just to have a look on the website to see what colours they are, because being that they're stitch markers, they're quite small, so you won't be able to see what they look like. But I'll have a green. Can you see the green? I'm close enough. Have green. So you get 10 stitch markers with the 1 bead on there. You see that? You get 10 of those. You get 1 with 2 beads on there to signify, say, an end of row, especially when you're knitting in the round. And then you get a progress keeper that says "Made with Love." So they're in different sets. I have gold and silver in, I think I've got about 9 different colours. So that's the green. I'll show you the others. Let me just put these all back in the bag. Got the green. This one's like it's supposed to be grey, but it looks brown. I'll take one out. It looks brown, and then when I was making these up, mind you, it was at night, they looked a bit purple. You can't really see that, so I've labelled them as a grey-brown on Etsy. But what I wanted was a clear black. Oh, it's starting to rain. It's going to get noisy. A clear black. And I didn't like the plastic black. It looked a bit, I don't know, the clear looks nice. So and then there's yellow. You see the yellow. And then there's red. Red, you see that. Again, it's going to be just better to look on the website. I mean, not on the website, on Etsy, which is a website as such. There's an aqua blue. There is a darker blue, and then darker blue, got a corally pink, and then there's I don't have the normal pink in the silver, but I do have it in the gold. And the gold there. And I've got the gold in the aqua blue. Here, and I've got a lilac as well in the gold. So yeah. I think they're all the colours that I've showed you, and then I'm also, so I've got silver and gold, and then I'm getting some bronze ones in as well. Just waiting for jump rings to come on. So before it gets too noisy with the rain, I might wrap it up. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Instagram as ColarGirl74, and that way you can get picture updates of all the yarn. You can join in the Ravelry group. That's the YarnAdelaide Knits podcast group on Ravelry. join in the conversation there. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Cola Girl on Ravelry as well, Cola Girl 74 on Twitter. I do post occasionally on Twitter. My Etsy store is Cola Girl Collective AU. Best way to find that on Etsy is don't use the search engine on Etsy, just Google Cola Girl Collective AU and it will come up with, give you a link to the Etsy store, because if you try and find on Etsy, it is absolutely useless. It is really frustrating, their search engine. So yeah, you're better off just Googling it and it'll link you straight there. Now where else can you find me? I might start a Facebook of the Yarn Cola Girl Collective, of my yarn, my Etsy shop, and yeah, and that way you can get a little bit more updated. And of course you can watch the podcast like you are now. I think that's everything. Oh, you can also, my email, let me have a look, is colagirl74@gmail.com. So yeah. So thanks so much for watching. I've got this done. I'll go inside and edit it now. Hopefully I can get it uploaded tonight. We're off to the Central Market for dinner, our once a month venture. And yeah, I need to get some new tea. Something different for tea, although I didn't like the customer service that I got there last time. She was a bit of a prat, trying to tell me never heard of the tea that I got there that I'd run out of. But anyway, them's the breaks. And I better go see what I can hear Scarlett inside. She's trying to rain. So yeah, alright. Have a great fortnight. Hopefully I'll see you in a fortnight again. What's the date today? The 11th. So still be November. We all getting excited for Christmas. Oh, that reminds me. Don't forget you can get the 10% off in my Etsy store, because my birthday month and my podiversary month is November. Yeah, so B day 10, and you get 10% off whatever you want in the Etsy store. So don't forget to use that, especially if you have some knit-worthy family friends that you buy for. Buy them some yarn, or buy them some yarn and tell them you're going to knit something for them. So it's a win-win for everybody. Okay, I better go. I need to go get something to drink. And yeah, trying to gather my thoughts again. Have a great week. Enjoy your knitting, guys. See ya.